Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to your Phonics Center. I was trying to make a video earlier and I got cut off. So I'm going to restart. In today's center, we're talking about short vowels. Okay, last week we talked about short A, which says the A sound like in apple or in bat. And this week we focused on short E, which says the E sound like in elephant or in egg or in net. Those are words that have the short E sound. Sometimes the short vowel sound is at the beginning. Sometimes it's in the middle. Today we're going to focus on words that have the short E sound in the middle. Okay? So, you have a packet at your table. I want you to get that packet out of the black basket and make sure that your name goes on the top of it. Okay? So this is what your packet should look like. Name at the top. Now, I know that it looks like that you're going to need scissors and glue in this center today, but you're not. The only supply that you're going to need is a pencil. Okay? So go get a pencil. It should be in the black caddy. If you need to pause my video, you know the only thing you have to do is scroll on top of it and click and it pauses it, okay? Now, the reason we're not cutting and pasting in this center today is because I'm trying to make sure that we cover what I need us to cover, and we can do that without cutting and pasting. Okay, so the only thing you need is a pencil. Now, the first page of Miss Downey's packet's already done, okay? But I'm going to talk about it with you. I want you to put your finger on the first picture. That is a picture of a net. The first sound that I hear in the word net is N. The middle sound is E. And the ending sound is T. So n-et, net. What I want you to do is build that word for me, writing those letters with your pencil. So you're writing N-E-T. The next picture is a jet, okay? So I want you to write J-E-T in those boxes. You hear the J sound at the beginning, the E sound in the middle, and the T sound at the ending. So J-E-T for the second picture and N-E-T for the first picture. The last picture is a picture of a vet. Now, I hear the V sound at the beginning, so I write my V-E-T. Now, notice that all of these pictures have the E-T ending. That's because they belong in the E-T word family. Remember, words that have the same ending sound, they rhyme, and they belong in a word family. Now, the last one doesn't have a picture, and that's where the people that made our papers, they want us to use our brains, and they want us to think of something that we could use right there and make a word. So I used met, like two people met at the pizza parlor, okay? So you can make up a word, but it needs to be a real word, okay? M-et, met, okay? Now, we have these words written in our boxes. What I want you to do now is go to the column that says write, and all I want you to do is rewrite those words. So let me show you very quickly. Now, I know that Miss Downey is using a marker, but I want you to use your pencil. I'm using a marker because I want you to be able to see what we're doing. Now, your page should look like mine. Okay, we built the words by listening to the three sounds, then we blended the word and made it come all together. Try your best not to rip your pages apart. It'll be so much easier at the end if you don't. Okay, so this page is done. Turn it to the next page, flip it over until you find this page. You should have a pen, a hen, and a den. Okay? The same process, except we're using different letters. We're having that different ending sound. Still short E. The words are still having that E sound in it, but we're listening to the beginning and the ending sounds. Now, the first word is a pen. I hear the p-p-p sound at the beginning, so I'm going to write the word P, because P makes the p sound. Then I hear the E, which is the E, and the N, which is the N. So there's my first N word, pen. Just like that, P-E-N. My second picture is a hen. The first sound that I hear is the sound. And I know that is made by the H. Now, if I'm using my brain, I know that all of my words are going to end the same. So I know that H-E-N spells hen, and I fill in that N, the E-N at the end. My last one is a picture of a bear in his den. Now, at the beginning of the word den, I hear the D sound. And I know that D, the letter D, makes the D sound. I also know that we're working in a word family, so my last two letters are going to be the same. Okay? Now, I want you to be creative. And I want you to think of an N word. And I want you to write that in the box. I'm not going to give you a word this time. I want you to come up with a word. Okay? Next, I want us to blend these words together and write them in the right column. Okay? So we have N for pen. We're going to write it in the box. We have N for hen. We're going to write it in the box. And we have N for den. And we're going to write it in the box. Okay? We're moving super quick today, so I need you to catch up. Use those pencils super fast and get this work done, okay? Then whatever your word is, you're going to build it like men, and write it on the line. When you're done with this paper, flip it over. Don't rip them apart. And go to your next page. This page, they're trying to trick us because the ending sounds aren't the same. So this page does not involve word families because not all of my words are going to end the same. They're not all going to rhyme. So we have to use our brains and be super careful to figure out the secret word. Now, the first picture on my page is a bed. Now, in the word bed, I hear the b sound at the beginning, which is the letter B. Okay, so you're going to put a B there. Then I hear the short E sound, that sound. I'm going to put him in the middle, and then I hear the D sound at the end, which is D. Bed. Now, this picture should look familiar because we've already had it. That's a hen. We know that the sound is at the beginning, like the letter H. I hear the sound, which is the E in the middle, and then the N sound at the end for N. So H-E-N for hen. Good job. My last one is jet, jet. Okay? I hear the j sound at the beginning, the short E in the middle, that sound, and the t sound at the end. Now, because our word families are different on this page, we're not going to do the last box. So what I want you to do is just draw a line through it. Okay? So you should have bed, hen, and jet. Notice that all of my middle sounds are that short E, that sound. My beginning and ending sounds are different. Okay? So go over to your right column, blend your words together, and write them in the box. If Miss Downey is working faster than you are, pause the video and catch yourselves up. Okay? So your paper should look like mine. Remember, we are not cutting and pasting anything in the box. Okay? So we have bed, we have hen, and we have jet. Even though these words do not belong in the same word family, they do all have the same middle sound, the short E sound that we've been working on. Once you have this page finished, flip it over. Try your best not to rip them apart so you don't lose them. And then turn it to this page. This is our last page that looks like this. This is our last secret word page, okay? Some of these should look familiar. Some of these should look familiar. This is a secret word page where the word families, doesn't matter on this one because they have this different ending sounds. Look at the first one. What is that a picture of? A net. We've already had that word. So we're going to build it with our letters first. I hear the N sound at the beginning, the N sound, the sound in the middle, and the T sound at the end for net. Okay? Net. You should be writing this in your box. Okay? Our next picture is a pen, like an ink pen that you write with. I hear the p, p, p sound at the beginning, which we know is letter P, so put the P in your first box. I hear the sound in the middle for pen. Then I hear the N sound, okay, which is N. So in your second box, you should have P, N, pen. Very good. Our last one is a web, and I hear the w sound at the beginning, like in window or in witch. So I know that the w sound is made by the letter W. Then I hear the sound in the middle, that Then I hear the b at the end for web. Okay? Web. Now, these words do not belong in the same word family because they all don't have the same ending. But they all have the short E sound in the middle. Since we're not working with the word family, I'm going to have you just draw a line through that last box. We're not going to do it. Okay? Now I want you to blend your words and write them in the right box. Okay? So now we have n, et, p, n, and web written on our page. Just like that. I know that Miss Downey is going super fast, but I want to make sure that you have all the information that you need to get your center completed, okay? Now, remember, you can pause and catch yourself up because you're going to have some time at the end, or you should have some time at the end. Your next page looks like this. This is called Write the Word. The great thing about this page is that you have a word bank at the bottom, okay? This should be the last page. Yes, this should be the last page in your packet for today, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at the picture. We're going to write it on the line, the word on the line. Then we're going to cross it out in our word bank so that we know that we've already used that word. Put your finger right here. This is a picture. Now, I will say that all of these words have the short E sound in them. So when I'm going over the words, pay attention and listen for that sound, okay? Now, this is a picture of a sled. So I hear the S-L-E-D. S-L-E-D. Sled. Beginning sound is sled. Sled. Then I want you to find the word sled down here at the bottom. Mark it out of your word bank. Because we've used that word, we're not going to use him again. Okay? So we've written the word sled and we've marked him out of our word bank. Go next here. That's a blender. And what do you do with a blender? You blend, okay? So here we go. Bull. I hear the B-L sound. Blend. B-L-E-N-D. Blend. Short E sounds there in the middle. Go down to your word bank, find the word blend, and mark him out. Okay? Because we've used him and we're not going to use him again. So now we've marked out the word sled and blend. The next one is fed. The dog has been fed. Okay? So now, oh, I'm sorry, it's smell. Miss Downing is losing her mind. That's the word smell, and it's clear that puppy dog is smelling that banana. So we're going to write the word smell on that under that picture. S-M-E-L-L. Smell. Okay? The next one is a hen, and before we do that, let's mark out the word smell on our word bank. Right there, S-M-E-L-L. Now he's marked out. Okay, here's a hen, and she is pecking at the ground. So we're going to write the word peck under the chicken, okay? P-E-C-K. Peck. Okay? P-E-C-K. Once we've written that word, go down to your word bank, mark it out. It's right here in the middle. Peck. Mark it out because we're not going to use it again. Then our next picture is a nest. A bird nest with some eggs in it. Nest has that short E sound, so let's go ahead and write it. Ready? Nest. N-E-S-T, nest. Once you have that written, go down to your word bank and mark it out. It's right here. Because we're not going to use it again, and we're almost finished. Look here. That giraffe has a big, long neck. Let's write the word neck under our giraffe. N-E-C-K, neck. N-E-C-K, neck. Go down to the bottom, mark it out of your word bank because we're done with it. Now we're moving on to the last one. Our next picture is a bell. I hear the B sound at the beginning. We spell bell, B-E-L-L, bell. Write that word. And make sure you're trying your super, super hardest to go fast or as quickly as you can. Go down to your word bank, mark out the word bell. Right here, B-E-L-L, bell. Our next word is vest. I know that I hear the V sound at the beginning. V-E-S-T, vest. So go ahead and write it. Mark it out of your word bank because we're not going to use it again. Miss Downy made a mistake. Oh, man. I thought the bell, what we wrote for bell, was a dress. Guess what? You get a freebie today. You don't have to fill this one in. That's okay. Miss Downy made a mistake. See, look guys, Miss Downy's not perfect. I made a total mistake. I looked at the picture wrong and it was a dress. It wasn't a bell, but that's okay. So you get a freebie today. Now we're finished with this center, okay? You should have a little bit of time. Maybe if you do have time, color the pictures, okay? We're not going to go to the library today. I want you to color the pictures. We're working with short E. Remember that E says eh, eh, eh. It can be at the beginning. It can be in the middle of words, okay? If you need help, ask a neighbor quietly. Try not to interrupt Miss Downy's table. Try your best, your neatest handwriting, and good job today, guys.